And you ask why it comes up here. That's a very good question. Here. Hold on a second. Can I go back and do this? I'm going to snippet, which is my favorite of all things. Just because it'll help. I'm going to take that one up there. What's that guy's name? And I'm going to put it over here. Interval notation. Am I in the wrong place? Is anybody want to be there? Why is there nothing here? Wasn't I here before?
No.
Is this where I was? Was it here? Was it here? Which one was I on? Maybe I'll just start over. What's that? Oh, there it is. See? Interval notation. Interval notation is another way of writing this for domain and for range. And here are the fundamental rules. They're not hard if you just follow along with the rules here. All right, first of all, just write this down. If it has an equal sign, you will use, if it has an equal sign, you will use a bracket. That shows you how much I remember about this. And this is like the third time I've done it. If no equal, you will use a parenthesis. Okay. So if you look at this one, the first thing you're going to start off with, you are going to, interval notation gives you the beginning points and the end points, which is the same as what this does. Okay? But rather than putting an X and rather than putting equals or all that stuff there, it just looks like this. Okay? Because this is equal to, you use the little bracket, or you use a, not a brace, but a bracket. Use the bracket. That means it can equal that. Okay, you put the bottom number, the lowest point, which is 4. You separate that with a comma, and then you put the highest point, which is a 4. And then because it's equal there, you also use a bracket. So if you're writing it in interval notation, the domain would look like that. The beginning point, the end point, brackets if it equals 2, and a comma just separates the two. Okay, so range would be the exact same thing. Range equals -4, 4, bracket. Got that? Now, a couple little other odd little gizmo gadgets here. Okay, what if you have, where's your, do I have an extra piece of homework paper that I gave you there? Okay, this one doesn't give you a graph, it just gives you, if you look at your piece of paper there, which I should, maybe I'll pull that up here so I can look at it too. Anybody know where that was? Somebody help me out. Explanation of interval notation document. Oh. This is not it.
Great for you.
No. Is this it? Is this it? Oh, are you kidding me? Hold on a second. You just gotta go to the right place here. What is this called? Domain and range. You see that here? Worksheet. No, I don't think you see the one of these.
Maybe it's this one.
Maybe it's under graphing, domain and range.
Oh, I'm sure we get that.
It's the exact same.
It's probably the worksheet one.
No, I want explanation. Because I think worksheet's the same one. Let's try that one. Oh look, that was it. Was this one? Is that it?
Awesome, actually.
That was, yeah, that was the one we
No.
just did. Maybe it's at the bottom.
Does it feel like sometimes I'm just spinning my wheels? I, by the way, will delete this. This video recording will never see the light
Dang it.
because comparison. Where else would it be?
On the
Oh,
answer.
wait. Why didn't you tell me? Look under interval notation.
You should look under interval
See?
notation.
If you would have told me that, and explanation.
It's the second one.
Weren't you with answers? You
Oh,
just
no,
want-
that's
you
not
just
the
want the
second. Right.
Ron, if this isn't down here, there it is. Thank you.
See, I was right.
Alright, this just gives you a number line so you can see it. So here, taking a look at what they gave you here. So if you're just looking at the, graphing in a number line, again, look, lowest point, -3, closed in circle, bracket, goes to 5, doesn't equal 5, so it is a parenthesis. Same thing here. Now here's where things get a little squirrely. Okay,
Nicely.
lowest point is 2, doesn't equal 2, so it's a parenthesis, and it goes all the way. This graph goes on forever. If it goes on forever, you use the infinity sign, which is by far my favorite sign in math to make. And the rule is, oh, I can't draw on this, why, people?
Because the answer should
But we can fix that with my favorite of all,
snippet.
snippet.
If you copy
Yeah, but if the problem with when I copy and paste it is it takes too much memory. I've
Yeah,
tried it.
Ryan, jeez.
I've learned not to copy and paste.
Now you
You're
can't
supposed
do
to
it's
know
only
this.
notation.
What?
It's not interval notation, it's just plain notation.
What do you know?
Cut off.
Did I do something wrong?
No,
Is it me or is it speech?
it's just.
Okay, so here. What was I gonna say? Oh,
Up one.
I am deleting that. No way this will see the light. Okay, here is the deal. Write this down in your notes though. If it is infinity, infinity is always a parenthesis. Infinity is always parentheses. What was your question?
Can you draw an infinity sign like I'm really confused?
How to do an infinity sign?
How do you draw an 8, right?
It's an 8 sided.
Everybody practice your infinity sign.
Oh.
Mine's yellow.
I did it!
I can't do it. I can't remember.
It's like it's
I did it.
lopsided.
Or just turn it to the side and draw
Right.
mine. Just turn it to the side and draw it.
Okay, so the only way really to get this is by practicing it and looking at it. So this one here, if x is greater or less than or equal to 3, if you're graphing it on a number line, here at 3, there is an equal sign, so you color it in, and it goes on forever this way, correct? X is less than or equal to 3. How do I show that in interval notation? Well, what's the smallest? It goes on forever in the little way, right? So that is where your infinity sign is going to, because it goes forever to the left. It goes forever small. It does stop on the big side at 3. So those are your two, whatever, symbols you put inside the thing. Now, are they brackets or are they parentheses? Well, infinity sign is always parentheses. This one is colored in, so it is a bracket, bracket. How's that sound?
Amazing.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, and we need this because it goes forever in the negative side, it's negative infinity.
Oh, alright.
I missed that right here.
Square negative infinities.
Well, if you delete this video, then how are we gonna know if we weren't listening?
Maybe I'll show last year, maybe I was more prepared last year. Those Christmas practices just come.
Chat later.
So graphing this one, what do you have? If you have this one, it goes forever to the left, because it goes forever negative infinity. Does it equal 4, or is it gonna be an open circle or a closed circle at 4? A parenthesis means it does not equal, correct? So at 4, there should be an open circle, and it goes forever left. It goes to negative infinity. And if you were making this as an inequality, what would it look like? Look at this graph here. X is what? Somebody less than 4. Correct? Doesn't equal 4, starts at 4, it's everything smaller than 4. Ooh, next one gets to be exciting. This is exciting. Let's try this one more time. At least it's my schoolwork will probably get today. If you are doing it in interval notation, what's the starting point? 2. It goes to what?
6.
6. So you got those two things in there. You just have to put in there, is it going to be brackets or is it going to be parentheses? Schwarz says brackets because it's equal to. I mean, you could have, if this was an open circle, you could have that. How do you write that as a compound inequality? X is 2, 6. Correct? Yes, why not? Yes, why not? Perfect. This one here, graphing it, it looks like what? Open circle or closed circle at 5?
Close.
Closed because it can equal 5. Which direction does the arrow go infinity towards? Just like it is there. And infinity is always a parenthesis, so voila. What is your inequality that you write? X is what?
Less than.
Nope, it's not less than. Greater than or equal to 5.
Numbers are going greater than.
I'm going to let you try the next one all by your 8th grade self.
Wait, could it be 5 is less than or equal to x?
5 is less than, no, we never, the variable always goes on the left, and inequalities. Otherwise, people get really, really confused. Like me. And that is the swarm. By the way, there is some question out there as to what a white elephant gift is there. It's your call. Usually it's something stupid that everybody wants.
I'm just gonna wrap this
But
up.
you can write something that people actually do care about. You know, a CD of Alvin and the Chipmunks. What?
Like 4 ox and bag.
4 ox?
Rocks.
You could.
It's ridiculous.
No, did you have to like?
We like to go for the best
I'm
laughs.
gonna wrap a single gumbo.
You know, like a bottle.
No, I know what I know what I'm not
Picture of me?
Yeah, Earl got a picture of me wrapped in saran wrap. It's like a ball saran wrap.
Oh, we'll play that game too. Did she win that? That was like the grand prize. That game took
She
forever.
still has it for some reason.
Well, you know, they're hard to come by. So what do you get for this one? Let's do the interval notation. You ended up, Grace Watson?
It's a parenthesis on the left side, infinity, 1 is the bracket.
Negative infinity, right? It goes on the negative side, so it's gotta be negative infinity.
I did that.
Comma, and then it goes to 1, right? And this is a bracket. And if you're writing that out in equality, x is less than or equal to 1. Oh, we haven't talked about an or problem, have we?
Yeah, we have like the.
No,
the
I mean,
arrows pointing
we haven't
opposite.
talked about it, how do you write it in interval notation?
Oh.
Let's graph
It can't be
it,
down.
let's graph it first and then we'll talk about it. What's an or problem? Or problem means they go in opposite directions. So you do this, x is less than 1, so here at 1 it goes less than 1. Or x is greater than or equal to 5, so at 5 it's colored in and it goes this way. And I'm going to have to refer to my answer sheet here because if it is an or problem, if it's an or, you might want to write this in your notes. If it's an or problem, you use the little union symbol. Not because you're union workers, but because you're going to join two things together. You're going to join whatever your interval notation is for this to whatever your interval notation is for that. So in the middle, you put the letter U, and then you do one thing to this side that is this. How do you write this in interval notation? Well, it goes to negative infinity, and it goes to 1. This is a parenthesis, and that's a parenthesis, am I correct? Doesn't equal 1, so it's parenthesis, goes all the way to negative infinity, it's parenthesis. I gotta leave it. And then the other one goes from 5, which is a bracket because it can equal 5, to positive infinity. And that's a parenthesis. Oops. I shouldn't have put this in parentheses. These parentheses, I don't know why I put them there. I'll put that there. There's no jumbo parentheses over the whole thing. It is just interval notation for this, with the little union symbol, and then that over there. We should probably try another one. There, let's go to another OR one. If you're doing this one, which is an OR problem, what does the interval notation look like for that? Well, you have to do this part, which is negative infinity to negative 1, parenthesis, bracket, the little union symbol. And the other side is 2 to positive infinity, parenthesis, parenthesis. Is that right? I will let you, we've got like 7 minutes. Go ahead and try the rest, see what you get, and then we'll talk about them in 4 minutes. See what you can do in 4 minutes, and then we, as a collective intellectual group, will do what we can. And like I said, up until 2 years ago, never heard of this. Until I had some people come back and say, I have no idea what interval notation is. It's foreign